Hey all, it's Rafi, and today I'm playing this 10-minute game with 5 seconds of increment, and here we have the Advanced Caro-Kann, and I'm going to play the move Bishop to f5, which is something that I just started playing, like literally, not even, not that long ago at all. So after h4, I'll play h5 and just stop any kind of nonsense with, g4 or something like that. If he exchanges, I will happily exchange the light square bishops here. So I'm kind of, I haven't played this in a long time. I used to play this line of the Caro-Kann with bishop f5 long time back in my career, but it's been years, and so I'm having to kind of refresh myself a little bit. I will be honest about that. And so I'm having to think already on really every move right now because I don't know what's really happening here. I mean, I know what's happening here, but I don't remember exactly how I used to play this. So we can play knight h3 now. Knight's coming to g4 or f5. I'm assuming he wants to play c5. After which there's b6. Oh, interesting. How do I want to take? If e takes, then there's e6, f takes e6, queen g6 check. King d7. Gets kind of tricky. And if c takes, queen b7, b5 check, queen d7, we can have a queen trade. Let me take this way. So now the goal here would be to play kind of like in a French defense style with knight f5, knight c6, queen b6, and really piling up on this d4 pawn. If he ends up taking on h6, that's fine with me. I don't have any specific problems with that. Here, I'm going to put all types of pressure on his position. So right now, h4, d4, all these points are going to be points of attack. So I could play a5 here. But then there's queen b5 type of stuff. If queen b6 here, that probably makes the most sense. Maybe I'll play a5 next move or something like that. That is interesting. Okay, let's get the bishop out to e7 first. Now let's start launching the pawn on this side of the board. This is just to soften up the b3 and b4 square. If he plays a4, b4 will be a weakness. My knight can go there. And b3 will, of course, be a weakness as well. So I'm trying to provoke him to play a4, actually. What will he do? Will he play bishop e3, perhaps? I think after bishop e3, though, I can just play a4, and then the knight kind of has a hard time, and then b2 will be hanging as well. Not that I can take b2 safely without any problems, because after b2, queen takes b2, there's always rook to b1, rook f to b1, for example. So, I don't know. I definitely know I want to play the move knight to rook c8, knight b4, that kind of stuff. Maybe castle, and then play rook c8, knight b4, and maybe, you know, try to pile up on this, what do you call it? The c file. So now I think I'm going to castle. If queen b5, that's interesting. What happens if queen b5? Okay, so knight b4, queen b5, takes, a4, knight c5 or something. I think this is a good time to play knight b4, finally. If queen b5, I can take. He takes, I'll play a4, and then, but anyway, at the end of the day, I had knight c2, I think, forking the rook and the bishop, and rook can't go to e1, so I end up winning a pawn in that variation, I think. So now I've definitely got him in some sort of bind, that's for sure. He is starting to feel a little awkward, I'm sure, because of the awkward positioning of his knight. His queen has been pushed back. You know, he had his rooks connected, but now they're no longer connected, so these can't be good things for him. These simply cannot be good. So let's go ahead and continue to actively keep developing. So now we have the threat of knight to c2. So that move, I think, wins a pawn. So now if knight c2... Oh, so he has queen takes h5. So knight c2, queen takes h5, then I can just take the rook in the corner, right? Do I give up the h5 to pawn to win the exchange? I mean, why not, right? I'm winning a pawn there. Or do I play g6? If I play g6, though, he just will simply... I'll miss the opportunity to play this idea. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm definitely expecting him to play some queen takes h5 right now. There are multiple ideas. I can even play knight takes g3, f takes, then knight takes e3 is one other option. But I think I'm just going to win the exchange. Actually, if queen takes h5, I can actually play knight takes e3. Because if f takes e3, then there's knight takes g3, forking the queen and the rook on f1. So there's definitely some tricky business here. Okay. That hopefully will give us at least an exchange now. Wow, he just resigned. Okay, I'll take it. Let's analyze. So one mistake, one inaccuracy. And opponent had 2 mistake, 2 inaccuracy, and 1 blunder. Okay, let's look at it. This is my first Caro-Kann game after almost a decade where I play the bishop f5 line. So considering how long it's been since I've played this, I definitely can't complain too much about this game. I think I played well. So usually I actually have been, at least for the last 3-4 years, I've been playing c5 in this position. Which leads to its own complications and stuff, but nowadays I chose to play bishop f5, h5. Of course, if he's going to offer me the light square bishop, I will happily trade the light square bishop because that is typically black's bad bishop in these positions. So there's a Carlson-Nakamura game that's interesting here. Still following this Carlson-Nakamura game so far. So then he just breaks theory right away with c4. I wonder if we get back into theory at any point. That's why I'm just flipping to see if that happens. And it does not look like we do. So, okay, so after c4, let's go ahead and turn on the engine and see what happens. D takes, queen takes, and then queen d5. What did I do? I played knight h6, and why is that a mistake? Well, the problem with bishop takes, rook takes? Maybe it's because I can't castle anymore. Now it's going to be really hard for my king to go somewhere. That's got to be it, I guess. But do I have to castle in that position, though? Can I play rook g6, bishop e7, and king f8? Is that a possibility? So you take that. Oh. I take here. Knight f3. Say I play, I don't know, bishop e7. Then you want to play b3. Okay, I'll play... I'll just, I don't know. Play rook g6. g3. So, I have like king f8, king g8, basically. And the thing is that my rook is kind of awkwardly placed on g6. But my king is okay, I guess. Unless h5 will be an issue. But anyway, this was interesting. I didn't really consider this too much. This idea of him just taking the knight. I did briefly consider queen takes d5 in this position, though. But mainly I focused on e takes and c takes. Ended up choosing c takes. So again, knight f5 is preferable because of, the bishop takes h6 idea. So I played this. Again, he could have taken my knight again. Now I played knight f5. Again, apparently there was also knight b4 here. But knight f5 is also very strong. Queen b6. Bishop e7. Which is probably too slow. I should have just went for a5 right away to make that knight feel awkward and grab that b4 square immediately. Plays a5 and gives me this b4 square, so I castle first before taking advantage of that. And right away I take advantage of the b4 square. Rook's coming in, knight c2, boom. And knight f to e3. And or knight c takes e3, same thing. Huge advantage because if queen takes here, then knight takes f1, I'm up a lot of pieces. Exchange and basically I'm up a whole rook essentially. And if not, if this happens, then this. If this happens, then this. Queen e2 takes. Rook takes. Is still completely winning for me. So that's it. Short game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think or what kind of videos you want to see. And I'll do my best to make them. This is Rafi signing out from Lee Chess.